2.5 weeks of camp. What do you think of the defense so far?
Good. It's been good. You know, guys are hungry. We're playing hard. I think if you turn on it, it's no surprise or no. If you turn on the film from last year, there are times we weren't all on the same page and we weren't playing hard, especially early in the season. And I think this during the spring, during summer, when you can spend some time with the guys, and now early in the fall camp, you see guys playing hard, playing more cohesive, understanding of how team defense is played, what my responsibility is if I do my job and help somebody else do their job, and now we're more successful as a team.
I think talking to Chris and talking to Andy last week, we get a sense that it's going to be a collaborative effort, between the entire defensive staff. But Andy will be calling the plays, Chris will be having input, and you're involved as well. Can you just talk about the entire effort between the entire coaching staff?
No, it's been great. I'm thankful for Coach Ash for allowing me to grow in this profession and putting some stuff on me. But it's Andy's running it. And then, as you guys know, I mean, it's Chris's defense, and Chris is a defensive guy and has the overall say on everything. But we all work together. We got a fun staff. We got some young guys. We got, Vince O'Cruz, like 85 years. I think he played in the first game when Princeton and Rutgers played. So it's a great staff. I think we all get along and work well together. And I think you can see it in our players as well, as there's better communication and things like that going on.
What's that free safety battle looking like now?
I'll be honest, all the safety spots are crazy right now. Right now, there's 8 guys repping, and I would think that I would like to play 7 of the 8 right now. They've all done a good job at certain points and all proven their worth. And even like a guy like T.J. Robinson's getting better and better and better. But we haven't. Hopefully by Thursday, we'll have a scrimmage on Thursday, and after Thursday, we'll kind of settle on a true 2 deep between Jarrett Paul, Tim Barrow. Lawrence Stevens has had a great camp. Malik Dixon is a guy that can play both spots. So there's a lot of depth there, which is good because it keeps guys hungry, makes them play every day, go hard, and make plays because they know, I don't have to scream and yell because they know, hey, if I'm not getting the job done, that's fine, somebody else will.
Could you see a scenario where Malik maybe moves over to free safety?
Yeah, I mean, our whole deal is we're going to get the best 11 on the field, and that might be a pass rush specialist, or it might be putting, 5 linebackers on the field at some time. And if it comes out of spring or out of fall camp where Malik, and he's predominantly working at the strong spot, but him and Chris Izzian or him and Najee Jones are the best, then we'll put them over. And we've cross-trained some guys so we can do that.
We've talked about like the defense, how it's multiple from the standpoint that it could go with 3-4, 4-3. You even mentioned you have 5 linebackers. Is that a neat thing about the defense that you can do a bunch of different formations, alignments?
It is. It's fun. There's some complexity to it on the outside, but really there's not much to it. And once you get your base adjustments done, it's really easy to sub and move guys around, put them in different looks and variations, and let them do their same responsibilities. So it's going to allow us to play fast, as well as give the offense just some things to think about and try and slow them down and clutter their brains a little bit.
Coach, you mentioned T.J. Robinson.
Yeah.
How's he done, and do you see a role for him this year?
Yeah. He's like a baby deer. He's put on like 15 or 17 pounds since he's been here, but he will be dead wrong, but he has an interception. So he's starting to figure it out. But it's amazing. It doesn't matter when you put him in the game or what the situation is. When the ball's in the air or the ball's being run, somehow he ends up around the ball. And again, he might supposed to be on the post, and they throw the ball in the flat, but somehow he's making a PBU or something like that. So once we get him really honed in to what he's supposed to do and understanding his responsibility and his keys, hopefully he'll be able to help us this year.
What kind of role do you see Avery Young for?
Man, Avery Young's like. If you had 11 Avery Youngs on defense, we'd be unbelievable. And there's a couple guys like that on defense right now that are playing like that, but he's playing unbelievable. He's playing at corner, and he makes plays on the pass game. He's physical in the run. I think some of the experience he gained last year as a true freshman, and he took some lumps and stuff like that. He's grown as a leader. He's vocal. He really rallies. Honestly, the whole DB group right now, I would say he's the guy that kind of rallies everybody.
Coach, can you compare your comfort level with the DBs this year, DB depth this year versus last year?
It's night and day different. You know, it's just a different scenario. So last year, right, you had Saquon and you had Damon, and then we're getting Kai back and trying to get him up to speed, and it was like all your focus, like you knew those three guys, that's it. You know, that's all you had, and you could mix and match, but that's how you tried to get those guys ready. Now, like I said, like I told the guys the other day, one of the hardest things I'm doing is before we go out to practice, looking at the script and figuring out, hey, who's going in, when, and where, to try and get the reps as even as possible and give guys an opportunity to show what they can or can't do.
Time for two more?
What have you seen from Malik, though? I know he wasn't with you last year.
Yeah.
Just what type of player do you think he can be?
First off, he's unbelievable to be around. Like, he's just a fun kid to be around, and you know, the responsibilities he has off the field, he's doing an amazing job. So it's neat to see that. You know, he's a mature, grown person, and he's a more mature kind of T.J. Robinson. He's always around the football. So he's got great length back there. So anytime you have somebody with length, you can be a step late or a step slow or not in perfect position and still make plays. And he's been able to provide us with some playmaking ability here this fall.
Final question?
In the spring, you mentioned Chris Izien was kind of like the best safety in the
Yeah.
spring. They stood out to you this year.
They've all, he's had a great spring as well. You know, and we've got guys that kind of have different roles or different skill sets. This guy can do this a little bit better. This guy can do this a little bit better. So we're trying to put everybody in those positions so they can be successful. And I think if we can do that, that's where we'll be really good in the back end. And again, get guys to play hard and violent back there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, so appreciate it.